brother and sister, so he gets 30. Oh, they get 60%. Okay, they get 60%. So the more kids you get, the more oil you get. So if you got six people in your family, then you get 60% of that because you got more family to divide it up. Well, so what I'm saying is that um, you get your oil. You get now. What you do is every year you'll get a check because I did get my check because it was a back check that I had got that it was like an oil tax because you have to get paid for taxes, okay? But in this case, we have to get paid for them being on our land, period. So we get monthly. She has to pay us monthly tax payments for the rest of her life. She got to fork it over. Yeah, this woman right here has to pay monthly tax payment for the rest of her life to us. So it's different when we say when it's oil taxes. Oil taxes, you got to get paid every year. And I have not got any oil tax money except for that one time when I claimed my taxes, my oil deed tax at the state treasury department. Okay, so that's when I got that, and that was for the deed, for the oil deed. But what I'm saying is that they're supposed to give it to you every year. I'm not getting no check no more. I don't know what happened. So not only that, but they have to give back the land, portion of the land that they stole, and they have to bring all of your cousins in because they have all your cousins listed that you don't even know because they have all your records. That's what I'm saying. Like when you go to the county, when you call the county or email the county clerks, and then you're gonna call them, they're going to give you it's called landman, a landman. A landman is where they go out to that site and they say, what is the history of this land? And they got to write down everything. Oh, the history of this land is that it belongs to so and so. Who owned it before them? Oh, so and so owned it before them. Who owned it before? That's a landman. They find who owns it before, and then they give you that information. And that's how you get this. That's how I got the oil, and it's free. They'll send you out a landman for free. The reason why it's free is because it's your shit. All of this paper that I got that they give is free. It's public because it's your shit. And so all you do is just you go to the county. Okay, so it's the district court of okay, no, actually, because see, and you don't even go to court. Once you say hi, county clerk's office, the last name, whatever your last name is there a deed or an oil deed in my name? It's like, oh my God. And they're gonna say, oh my God, there's so many, Washingtons here. Yes, you have so many. Like, which one are you? That's what they're gonna say. Okay, well, my grandmother name is this. And then they'll say, oh, there she is. Yes, we have it right here. And then they'll email you all the paperwork, all your deeds. That's how the people got they beach. Now, they beach, the whole beach in California, okay? A whole family. I don't know if it's Dockwaller Beach. I'll pull up a description on that. Okay. But that was they granted it to them and that's their beach and they have living happily ever after on their beach. They do whatever, put a restaurant on their beach. It's their beach. Right. I think it's Manhattan Beach right down here, not too far from where I'm at. Now I would own. What would I own? Okay, this is what we would own. Depending on where you were removed from. Okay, so most of us was removed from Stillwater. So that, or Oklahoma itself, Florida, all over we were removed. That means we are indigenous to America, period. All over in every state. That means wherever you're at, you're entitled to the deed. So, and that's everywhere, anywhere. Okay, because it's just where you're at. Okay, so because I was my great grand no my father and my grandfather I just showed you the deeds. They were removed from Stillwater in 1983. Well, no, it wasn't in 1983. They update the information from 1983, but this happened in 1963. Excuse me. The remove when they were removed, this was like in 1970, 1960s. They were removed, right? So this was just recently, right? So all of your guys that was removed in Oklahoma was recent. That's how you can claim your shit, because not only is it, it's just recent. And these people are perpetrating, like, listen, these people are criminals because they all have blood on their hands and they're hiding behind that. They're just waiting for somebody to discover it. Okay, well, I'm exposing it to let you know. All you got to do is just, and listen, there's nothing that they can do but just give you the information, because they're guilty. There's nothing they can do but say, yes, you're right. Here's your papers. What are we going to do? I mean, what? Here's your papers that we've been holding this whole time. You know, I mean, you don't even need a lawyer. You don't need a lawyer. You just need your paperwork. That's it, because that's how I was able to get it. I said, oh, so, oh, yeah, because my cousin said, ooh, grandmama got some oil. This is how I found out we got oil. One of my cousins said, ooh, grandmama got oil. And I said, really? And then he's like, yeah. And I said, well, what's grandmama's full name? Because I already knew who to call for that. And they said, oh, you know, and so he said her full, complete name. So I typed in, because, you know, sometimes we don't really know our, we just say grandmama. We don't know our full grandmama name. We just know grandmama. Anyway, so I typed in her full name, and boom, sure enough, she was right there. My grandfather was there. They pulled us up. So I called them. I said, yes, I need to get the deeds, and any oil deeds or any land deeds you have under Lillian Herb. You got to say the names under, you know, your whatever your last name is, your grandmother, and they will tell you. They will give it to you. They give it right away. It's your shit. Okay. So let me just I'll just be rambling. Just keep talking and talking, the same old, same old. Okay, let me see. Okay. Now, I tried to claim my status under the Department of the Interior. See, the United States Department of the Interior is supposed to recognize you that you're Indian, because you are. Indian means suerte, gingerbread. You're indigenous. It doesn't mean $5 Indian. Okay, so I did that, and then they say, oh, well, you have to do this, you got to do that, you got to do that, because the Department of the Interior are criminals. But forget about them. It's these people right here who are over the Department of the Interior, who run it, who actually preserve the site that you were removed from. Okay, so I'm going to get off here, and I just wanted to let you know that we used to beat these bitches up all day. And don't you think that you can't do it again. They got your shit. You're gonna call them. You're gonna email them. Oh, here's my. Not only that, you don't even give them no paper. You say yes. You give them the proposal that I'm telling you about, or you write your own proposal. I'm from this and that. You don't have to use my proposal, but you can. It's you should probably use your proposal, but it's good to, any proposal don't matter. Use mine. Get mine and say, hey, I was removed from my home, and we represent Catherine Irvin, and we need you to answer her so that we can get our land that you stole. That's it. That's all you gotta say. Support Catherine Irvin so that she can give us the land that you stole. We will work with Catherine, but you have to hand it over to Catherine, because she's the one that is in her rightful place to bring us into our promised land. She is a developer. She's a company developer, and she's a land developer, and she is the creator of the promised land. And she she has her land, and she's claiming her land, and I like to claim my land too. And you are representing where you stole me from. So you're representing the state or the community that you stole us from, and you ripped us from. You see what I'm saying? So this is what's going on. This is who these people are. You have to pinpoint who they are. They are over the mayor. They're over the president, because they're the ones that's holding. See, the president, governor, mayor don't mean shit. Don't even look at them. This is who. Now, what I'm doing is I already sent the people the proposal that they got to give this up to my area right here to me. So you have to do the same in your area. You know what I mean? But while they're, because they're in meetings, you better believe they're in meetings right now over this shit. They better be. You better be in a fucking meeting over this. You better get in contact with me within a week. I'll give you about 2 weeks. 2 weeks. So if we don't hear nothing within 2 weeks, then I'm gonna give you the email and phone number for you, all of you guys, to call them and email them. Say hi. Did you get a hold of Catherine? Did you? Yeah, yeah. Because she's waiting on you to go ahead and hand over the deeds to the college right here, so we can go to the college and learn about our history through the University of Promised Land. That's what it would be, the University of Promised Land, because we're promised our land through the 1830 Treaty Acts, and we were forced on the treaty. The treaties were forced upon us. We didn't accept it because we were getting murdered, so we couldn't accept it. We're like, well, we can't accept your treaty. You just murdered my parents. You see what I'm saying? And you're removing us from our home, so we can't accept the treaties. But they're saying, no, here's the treaties. And because we removed you, 640 acres is yours. Do you understand? Because we removed you, 640 acres is yours. Oh, I've been talking this long. Oh my goodness. So it's very important to pay attention that these people are nothing. We used to mop them up all up and down the sidewalks back in the day. Okay, so when they, you know what I'm saying. So it's nothing. It's just we just pulled the curtain from. It's the Wizard of Oz. Dorothy just pulled the curtain and just showed you who these people are. Scooby Doo show you every day who these people are. You know what I mean? They come on now. Okay, so now what we're doing is right now I'm currently waiting on the Chino. It's the City of Chino, and what they are supposed to do is have a meeting about handing over, or just handing over the keys to the apartment complex here where I'm at, and the college, the detention center, so that I can rehabilitate people, like, and it's not like they need to be really rehabilitated. I'm talking about people like Lord Larry Hoover, because all of these people, Dr. Z York, are in prison for nothing. They're literally in prison for nothing, and they have to come out to rehabilitate other people that are in there. See, they're already these are victims. Larry Hoover, Chucky, and all them, these are victims. These are kidnapped victims, men, grown men kidnapped on their own land, put in prison for nothing because they're indigenous. They're in prison because they're indigenous. That's it. We are being subjected to all this because we're indigenous. That's it. It's nothing else. You're just indigenous. And that's why you're being persecuted or whatever because the people that did this woman here, she's not human. You see, she can't, even though she's smiling, that is a front. Did you see They Live? It's this her. Just read what she admits that. Just read it. They admit removing you, and they preserve where they removed you at. Do you understand? So you just read it. Pause it. Okay. Now, let's go back to see all of them. See all of them. They represent where they removed you from. You have to write them. Send them my proposal and say, hey, we represent Catherine. She is the one that she's the creator of the Promised Land. Just say that she's the creator of the Promised Land, here to create the Promised Land in all states, in the areas that we were removed from that you're holding. You can say that you're holding our land, and we would like to receive our land in the right way, where Catherine is able to create the Promised Land in our areas the way that we all see fit. And it is a theme park that we live in. It's a theme park community that we live in, and we take care of the children. And we're talking about foster kids that's not supposed to be in foster kids and foster care, that's not supposed to be in there. You're not supposed to be in juvenile detention centers. You're not supposed to be in there unless you're really cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Now, if you're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, you stay in there and you get rehabilitated. You're going to get rehabilitated to come into the public theme park. So we can't have everybody in fact, 40% out of all of the gingerbread color are indigenous. 40%. Those are your gingerbread people that are indigenous to America. The 60% are African Americans. They are not indigenous to America. They're indigenous to Europe. Beautiful Europe. Malta, Italy, beautiful country. They have to go back and forth, but we have to present the Promised Land and take them over there to their Promised Land, because it's an abomination for them to continue to pretend like they have to claim their status under United States Congress archives that only recognizes them because the Moors brought them here as criminals. The Moors brought them here as criminals, okay, to take us over. So, well, and then that's what they did. They took us over, but they escaped their chains, their shackles and chains, and they took us over in 17 on the 4th of July. And that's why they're all happy on the 4th of July, because they took us over. It's documented. This book's written. Okay, here it is right here. Right here. The Black Boy Uprising. It's all about the settlement. White people coming in here and settling. These people came in here and settled. Yeah, this is the biggest creep right here. All these creep people, they all of them are Frankenstein. They were created to destroy us and remove us from our homes. Okay, so this is what they represent. They represent, stealing us from our homes. Okay, all of these people right here. So you have to contact all these people that represent. Now, when we talk about, these people that represent your state, these are the people that have to hand it over. Okay, they gotta hand it over. So when you talk about the people that got their beach, they gave them their beach. These people had to give them their beach. Is what I'm saying, because you don't have to have the paperwork. This is what you have to have. The proposal I'm talking about. Just get the proposal and say, yes, I represent Catherine, and she's going to open up her college because she's entitled to her own land to open up a college to find where we are from, and we're going to work through your office because you're the one that removed us. So Catherine's going to partnership with you, these people. See, it's OHS, Board of Directors. I would have to partnership with them, and what they would do is that they would grant me whoever is coming to me saying, hey, yes, I would like to have my promised land here. Then I would go to them, okay, there's a woman who wants to put her promised land in Texas or Florida, right? Texas, Florida, Tennessee, Chicago, all of you, where you guys had emailed me, because a lot of people, you guys emailed me what state you're in. You're in Canada, okay, we got that too. So what I'm saying is that they would have to give me where they stole you from, where they stole your great grandparents from, the keys to that particular. Now, what am I talking about? I'm talking about services that are already up and running. I'm not talking about land. The services that I'm talking about is already up and running. Apartment buildings that I'm in, the small community college that's right across the street, the YMCA park and the whole recreational park have to be mine, the detention center and the airport. We're talking about real, like a small little city that they have to hand over because they stole us from our cities. They literally shot us out of theme parks, temples, courthouses, universities. They shot us out of our shit that they already have. So it's right here. Just get this book. You could just read how they came in. Here's an Indian, a gingerbread Negro Indian, killing these savages that came in and stole our shit. That when we were kids, we used to mop them up and down the street because they would get out of line and out of pocket, stealing our bikes and shit and just be doing shit. And we'd have to set them straight. Well, those people are holding your shit. And where are they? They're downtown. They're at your local library. They're at your grocery store. They say hi to you. That means that every single white person is responsible. Okay? So if you're married to one, then guess what? They got to have their energy put on these people. If you're white, you better put your energy on these people and say, hey, Catherine is right. Because what I do is I help people, well, if you're white and you're not a racist and you probably married to a black woman or a black man, that's wonderful, lovely. You will be going to the promised land, the public promised land. So you would still bring your children to the promised land and have a wonderful time. The private promised land is for the indigenous people to go to their particular land in their city in the national park center areas where the promised land would be at. Okay, so we would travel. We would have our Jetsons, our free Jetsons, and we would travel. Motorhome coach Jetsons, top of the line, 2019, 2022 RV motor coach, Prevost, King Airs, Newmars, Tiffins. We would travel in these vehicles, flying vehicles, because I patented to fly and go into the submarine like it can go into the ocean. And I patented. Now, we'll be able to travel to 13 different theme parks in each state. So each state would have 13 different promised land theme parks that we would travel to based on their historical findings that they've done to us. So they literally preserve the areas that they removed us from. We would be in contact with them and say, okay, where is that area? Where we already know Tulsa and all that stuff. So they would have to give us that information, and and they would say, this is your 640 acres right here, and it would be right there, either downtown or in national park centers that's already up and running and successful, because that's just what it is. And it's the places that you pick. You pick it. Oh, well, I want a club, or I want this club right here, or I want this zoo, or I want this carnival right here. You just pick it because it's in your area. It's 640 acres. Each and every one of these people owe you monthly tax payment for the rest of their life. So if they owe you monthly tax payment, which they do because they're on your land, then they have to hand over the resources that they're using. Theme parks, water, Sunsplash, water, Disneyland. If you live near Disneyland, that's your shit. If you live near anywhere, if you live near a theme park, if you this yours. If you live near a loading dock in Florida, that's yours. And loading docks are very helpful when you need trucking companies to come and load up some food and accessories and things like that. You're going to need a loading dock. I'm just letting you know. Trucking companies and all that stuff, you're going to need some stuff when they're going out of business. You're going to need loading docks. You're going to need airports. You're going to need just different stuff. You're going to need a building just to have a building. Well, I just want this building. I just like this building. It's right on the corner. I can live on the 7th floor of it, and then I can run my business or hotels. You can get a hotel room. You can get a hotel building. Run a hotel building right off the coastal shores of where you live at in Texas or Florida or wherever in Miami, because you live there. And these people have to admit it. Yes, you're right. Because these are the people that literally killed and shot you out of your homes. These people right here. You look no further than that. Right here. This is it. And in every state. So when you look at Oklahoma Historical Society, then you got to look at Texas Historical Society, Florida Historical Societies. But this is where you start in Oklahoma, because this is where we were at, where we were removed from. So my grandfather owns half of Florida, and we were pushed all the way up to Oklahoma. Boom. So Florida, Oklahoma, Tennessee, all that is right here. These people, you look no further, because they're talking about they're with the Freemasons and all that. So that means you Illuminati. Boy, we used to beat your ass. You can't be Illuminati now. Go ahead and say some Illuminati now. We used to whoop your ass. Okay, so just like Biden was, about to get kicked down the fucking flight of stairs for saying a new world order. He don't say that shit no more. Cause bitch, you a crackhead and hush your mouth. Okay. So these Illuminati that we used to beat up, ain't no Illuminati no more. We the Illuminati that was whooping their ass. Okay? And when we was kids, we used to do this. Remember we used to do this? That shit was working. Shit. We used to whoop their ass. Okay. So I just want to close that. I want just to let you know that you don't say, oh, it ain't nothing I can do. What? They're right here. They right here, and they want you to claim your land and your oil deeds. That's what they want you to do, boo-boo. That's all. They just waiting on you to hurry. But this is what you do first. Well, no, yeah, we're going to wait on them. No, they got about 3 weeks. I'll say 2 weeks. They got 2 weeks. I'm talking about the Chino. If they don't answer me in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, oh, yeah, we're going to have to email them. Really, because they right downtown here. And if I go down there, it's gonna be brutal. So go on down there. Go on and email them after 3 weeks. Not now, not now. No, because they in meetings. I know they in meetings. They have to talk about this. They do, Because on national TV, NBC and ABC said we're going to wait on what Gavin Newsom and all the people do in California, what are they going to do in California. So they're waiting on that. Okay, here's the answer. Reparations is not about money. It's about handing over the resources that we're already at. That's it. That's all. And you got to work through me to do it. That's it. That's granting reparations. And you got to announce it on national TV. Yes, Catherine, we're going to have Catherine to do the reparations in California so it can be for all states. That's how it's going down. And that's how you should probably tell them after 3 weeks if they don't answer. If the city of Chino don't answer me, then we're going to write to, well, I need you to write to these people anyway. You need to write to these people now for you guys, to get you your stuff. If you, well, let me see. If I write to them, I'm going to write to them anyway because I know they're going to have to give it up. These are the people got to give it up. You might get quicker access and getting your shit quicker with these people, and then also guaranteed with the county clerks because the county clerks got to give you your shit right off bat because they have it. It's free. It's your shit. But these people, yeah, you're gonna have to email these people because they're still alive. And this thing that's T.S. Akers, he said that his term ends in 2025. So this thing is still be alive. You want to get at him while he's still alive, and hopefully, well, it don't matter if Fauci got him because Fauci already got his children. Thank goodness for that. Okay, so watch Net Most Wanted when John Cusack said that nothing more. Let's see. No animal wants human extinction worse than the fucking panda. Why did he say the panda? Because you guys dropped Big Boy on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And the pandas live there. They're indigenous. So they were reeling from the bomb that you dropped. That's why the Georgia Guidestones is carved in 8 different languages telling you that 7 billion people